Good morning. Merry Christmas to everyone. I know no one probably is going to be getting on Periscope this morning, almost afternoon, but I wanted to just come in. Sorry about that. I got to remember not to start my broadcast till I get past the corner by my house. Sorry about that, guys. So I just wanted to come on and just talk a little bit for a few minutes. Good morning, Lystra. So I know that a lot of people are excited. They're with their families today. They're having a meal and presents, and they're surrounded by kids and siblings and parents, and sometimes drama and strife and jealousy and rejection. There's a lot of things that surround the holiday season and that can potentially affect you. And so I just wanted to come on real quickly and just give you guys a word of encouragement that it doesn't matter what your family does. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have with any one of your family members. What matters is that what this day represents. And a lot of times it is difficult to shift your focus from what you see in front of you to what the main purpose of this day is, to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And without the birth of Jesus, we would not have forgiveness of sins. Without the birth of Jesus, we would not have healing for our bodies and for our minds and for our hearts. Without the birth of Jesus, we would be lost, because the gap between humanity and God never would have been bridged. And so we need to understand that while sometimes the holidays are difficult, sometimes we're thinking about those we lost and wishing they were here, thinking about those who maybe couldn't make it for the holidays. They're in different states or countries, and we wish that they were here. And so sometimes we can't, it's difficult for us to see the joy in Christmas, to see the joy in this holiday season. And so I just want to encourage you that when you get to that point where you are just not at all excited, you're, almost dreading the holiday season, dreading this day, it's already here. But what I want to just say is that you can always go to God and be honest with Him about how you feel about this particular season, or about this day, or about your family or lack of family. And He will comfort you. He is the wonderful counselor. He is the mighty God. He is the Prince of Peace. And He is a Son that was born for us. And so, and He paid the ultimate sacrifice. And so, I just want to encourage you guys with that today. I'm here now to pick up my mom. And we are going to my first family celebration today. We all have different circumstances, and so I can't pretend to know what's going on with you. I can't pretend that I understand everyone's situation, but I can be sure that Jesus is the one that can help you through any situation that you're facing. And so on a different note, I just wanted to say how blessed I am, and just give a little testimony that maybe can encourage you. I know this is really a weird position for my phone, but it's the only place that I could hook it up in the car. So in the last month, the Lord has blessed me with this vehicle. A little over, it's not quite 2 weeks ago. And 2 or 3 days after I got it, the alternator went out. And I thought I had an opportunity at this point. I had an opportunity to get mad and upset and basically, for lack of a better word, show an immature side of myself. And, you know, we all have that immature side. And if you say you don't, then you're lying, because we all have it. And so I had an opportunity to show that side of myself. And, you know, I called the guy who gave me the car. I told him what was going on. He figured he knew what the problem was. And he thought he might have another alternator from a used car that he had stored at his other property. And so at this point, I got off the phone with him, and I was sitting in the car. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get home. And the first temptation that I had was to begin to cry and be upset. And instead, the very next thought that I had, which is totally a victory in my book, the very next thought that I have was, well, I had 3 days with the car. And I'm going to thank God for that. If that's all I get out of this car, and this is a lesson that I'm supposed to learn, then I'm just thankful that I had 3 days with this car. And now some of you might think that's nuts, but this is the power of God. This is the power of knowing that He will always provide for you. And even if He provides something and it's only for a short period of time, that we have even if it's for a short period of time, that we still have His blessing. And we still have... I'm sorry, I was broadcasting, I didn't realize. That we had it just for that period of time, and we still need to be thankful. And so in that moment, I had that opportunity to be upset, or to allow the enemy to take me down a road that I hadn't been down in a pretty long time. And that road was a immature road. That road was a not trusting road. And so he came, my nephew came and got me that day, took me to my mom's house, and I continued just to thank God that, something was going to work out, no matter what way. Hold on just a second, guys. Would you mind, when you catch your breath, just taking some of these things out and wrapping them in this? If not, that's fine. I can do it when we get there, because there's a hole in this. And so, okay. Anyway, sorry, guys. Mom's in the car.
Hi.
Anyway, so, I was at my mom's, And I continued to just believe that God was going to take care of it. That I wasn't going to have a problem. It's okay. And so that afternoon, my brother and sister-in-law asked me to go to their church for my niece had she was singing a part in their Christmas play. And so I told them, I said, my car is out of commission, but if you want to come pick me up, I certainly would love to come. And so that night when I got home, I got a message from the guy who gave me the car, and he explained that the alternator he had would fit. And I was really thankful, and I said, that's amazing. And about how long do you think this will take before the car is ready? And he said, sometime tomorrow. I said, okay, great, just let me know, and we can, work out either for me to come get it or you to bring it to me or whatever. And so the next day he comes and brings me the car, and I give him a ride back to his place, and he said, no charge for the alternator. Okay, now mind you, well, you can have one if you want. There's 2 of them in there. No charge for the alternator. Now, alternators probably run about $100, brand new. Probably could get a used one for around $30 to $40. And the labor is about $150, depending on what place you go to. So he didn't charge me for that. A few days later, I came home to a very nice bonus check from my work. Again, another blessing from God. And so I really I really am just so blessed, because the things that I needed, and then actually the day before I got the car, God blessed me with money so that I could get an oil change and get insurance and for other things that were needed for the car. So he blessed me over and over again over the past couple of weeks. And so I just want you to know that if you have sown seed, if you have given of yourself, of your time, of your energy, of whatever, that God sees and He knows, and He will bless you. But it might not come the way that you think. It might not come the way that you think. It might not come in a monetary way. It might not come in a material way. It may come in a spiritual way. You never know how God is going to bless you.
Ran out of tissue.
That's fine. It's just as many as you can. And you could wrap a couple things in one, too, but that's okay.
Now that I'm done.
Now that you're done, yeah.
Nice bit.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. And so I just want to encourage you guys that He will take care of you. Just like a father takes care of his children, He will take care of you. And He will bless you. And so I just want to encourage you. I want you to know that He is with you. He doesn't ever leave you or forsake you. And I want you all to know that I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas.
Me too.
I love you all. Merry Christmas from Mama V as well. and I wasn't going to broadcast. I wasn't going to get on, and then I got in my car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do a short broadcast and let folks know. Let folks know that even if this season is difficult, even if you have difficult relatives that you have to deal with, that you can turn to God and He will help you through. And so I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me for this few minutes. And I hope that something I said helped you out, helped you understand something, or gave you a way to handle this situation that you find yourself in. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know that I love you, and I am praying for all of you. Have a Merry Christmas.